person
It's the
and
Paris
photographer, and
Chong
of course another dear
Show.
friend. I don't have anybody on here unless they're a dear friend, so you better get to know me good if you want to come on the show. I'm with the talented Sylvie Blum. Bloom. What do you
Hey,
prefer? Blum.
hi.
So, and she was married to a very famous photographer at one point, Gunter Blum.
Yes.
Yes. How long were you together?
Oh, well, we were together in my past life,
Yeah,
up for about 10 years
that's a long
or
time.
even longer.
And
Yeah.
he was ill.
Yeah, he was ill and unfortunately he passed away. It's now, 1997.
Oh, so but do you feel like
Mm.
he taught you a lot about your
Oh,
style?
yes, of course, he was my mentor
Yeah,
and one of the most important person in my working career, in my working life.
yeah.
So there's one thing he always said to me, Sylvie, you don't need anything, but no expensive cameras or
Yeah,
something. You
don't say
just,
that to where I
oh,
work.
yeah, oh,
Just kidding. I'm joking.
no, he just, what I learned from him is just you have to see. Like the easiest thing, you have to look at things. You not only see and look, but you have to look at things.
Yeah,
And was the biggest lesson I have learned because you have, as a photographer or an artist, you have to shape your eye. You have to look at things.
yeah.
It's that simple, but it's also so complicated.
I see a lot of your style in his photography. I see.
Hmm.
I think it looks like there. You could tell he
It's
taught
kind
you
of
how to.
German. It's a
Yeah,
German way that you really,
very Helmut Newton.
yeah, I work with
Yeah,
Helmut
I
Newton.
know, and I loved. I
Yeah.
want to hear all about that. So
Mm.
Sylvie also used to be a model,
Yes.
and did a lot of photography. There's a lot of beautiful photos of her out there. And Helmut Newton, how did what was that for?
Well, we did a lot of for his work, for his vision. I mean, in some of his books, and I did also the Woolford campaign. Woolford is like a very
Oh, the
famous
tights.
the tides.
Yeah, you have good legs for
So
that.
yeah, the legs were good. He liked my legs and everything else too at this time. And of course, it was amazing. I work with many famous photographer, but at this time, I just was telling it to somebody. Um, we had fax machines.
Oh yeah,
Young people won't know what it
in the
is, but
Stone Age.
I came home and in the fax machine there came out a real big paper and
Uh-huh.
it had a headline Helmut Newton on it. I'm like, wow, what's going on? And that was my first booking. So I had to call a few
God,
people and then the first shooting we did was in Ramatuelle. It's south of France, and
wow.
it was amazing. I really enjoyed working with him and also with to work with those kind of people. I could learn a lot.
How old were you?
Well, old enough.
Yeah, old enough. Were you still a teen?
Probably. No
Okay.
teen. I guess I was mid 20 or
Yeah.
something.
Was it a nude shoot?
Of course, it was
He
a nude
only
shoot.
did nude shoots,
He
really.
did a lot of nude shoots, and it was blending into. You started being dressed, and then at some point you had not much
Right.
left. But you know what I have to say about this time? I'm really grateful. I come from a time where nudity was kind of more a natural thing,
Right.
that it was not censored and it was not considered as something really dirty.
Yeah.
I'm glad I'm
Well,
grown
I
up
don't
like
think it's
that. Like,
dirty though,
no, it is never.
but it's a little unusual how it's taken in the art
Yeah.
world now. Like I
No.
can't show nudes
See,
at the
and
gallery.
this I think is strange. I
It
think
is.
it's important for young women, especially, that they feel comfortable in their own skin. It's getting so much harder for them because they have to be beautiful all the time. They have to alter themselves so much, and then they lose the connection to their body in a natural way. And I'm sorry for that. And I'm
Mm-hmm.
grateful. I'm this generation.
Yeah.
I could be one with my body, not feeling ashamed, and more natural. That nudity is a natural thing,
Yeah. Well,
really.
you're the only person I was going to try to attempt a nude shoot with, but I still was
Yeah.
so shy.
Well,
I don't
of
really
course, I
even need to see
understand.
myself naked. So I'm
Yeah,
like, I
yeah,
don't
yeah,
really
yeah,
want the
yeah.
what do I
Please.
need that for? I don't
No,
really need that.
no, that's not true. I have to tell you that many of the pictures are my nude pictures.
Yeah.
They ended up in museums or in books or
Mm-hmm.
in very famous collection, and this is something so beautiful if you look back
Yeah.
at the
Yeah.
time where you mm, were young and beautiful, and this is like iconic now, and I'm really grateful for that. And
Yeah.
I think every age, time of your life has beauty, and your body is beautiful, even if it's changing.
Yeah, I've noticed you take who is the beautiful old she's an
The
elderly
elderly.
gorgeous model that is
Wow.
stunning that you've been
See?
photographing.
Colleen,
She's
she's
incredible.
also
I
in my
follow
book.
her. Yeah,
She's
she's
amazing. And I
gorgeous.
tell you, not only I'm like I'm shooting her in about 2 weeks
Oh, you
again.
are?
I'm
I
I'm
know
so
I
excited
was
about it.
following her on Instagram and
Mhm.
then I saw that you photographed her and
Yeah,
then you also photographed Jamie, who's an
yeah,
amazing
yeah, yeah.
photographer who was in on
Jamie.
the show.
Yeah.
She's incredible.
She's incredible and
Were
super
you at her
sexy.
house?
Yes, of course. I was super happy because she invited me into her pink house. It's super amazing. I sent her to get to know her or to photograph her because
Mhm.
I knew her from Instagram. I sent her an email and like, "Hey Jamie, you're the coolest girl
Yeah.
in town. I need you in front of my lens." And it took about maybe 5 minutes. I got an answer, and it was like so cute. And so we made a day, and I drove there with my assistant, and oh, it was just a super cool
I can't
day.
wait to get over to that house. Did you see
Mhm.
the giant penis shrubs? And
There were penises everywhere. I blushed sometimes a little bit, but it was so cool.
it's
And
hilarious.
yeah, I love Jamie because she is not only super sexy and super cool, she is very, very talented in front and behind the
Yeah,
camera.
she's good.
And I'm always there to support women that are very talented because I know most of the women in this business have to work twice as hard.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah, it is.
So did when you did photographs with Helmut Newton, did that help propel your modeling career?
Well, I was pretty settled
Yeah.
before that already. Working with Helmut Newton meant that I got to work with one of my biggest icons, and I got to check this, like
Yeah.
check it, like wow, this was so cool. And at the end, it's always the same when you meet these people in person, and you get to know them, and also that they are natural
Yeah.
and warm-hearted. He was very a warm-hearted guy, a little bit crazy, of course. I also met June because he was
Right.
with the shoes and stuff. So it was always fun, and he is or was one of those people that taught me a lot of myself,
Mhm.
about my nudity, about the power of being naked.
Yeah.
You have pretty much a lot of power.
Yeah.
And yeah, that was cool.
Did he pose you?
He helped me posing,
He
of
did?
course. He manipulated me. He was kind of this master manipulator. You have your own view how you want to look,
Yeah.
and he wants you to be strong and you're badass and really provocating.
Yeah, no,
Uh,
that's I like it when they pose you, like,
yeah.
cause I did some photos with David Bailey, but he was just like, "Move, you cow."
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
"What did you just say to me?" I'm like so skinny. I'm like, "Cow," but I guess it's an English term. It was kind of funny and weird at the same time, but I like it when the people pose you. I think it's
Yeah.
kind of cool. So you did photos with, do you think he was like the biggest photographer you
At
did?
this time, he was
Yeah.
the biggest photographer
Were you married
ever.
at the time?
I don't remember. No, I don't. I
No.
was not married. No, I wasn't married.
Yeah.
It's the Paris Chong Show.